Since 2020, the New South Wales Government has come under heavy scrutiny for its awarding of a $252 million grant fund that heavily favoured coalition seats.
Serious questions about grants to local councils are now plaguing Gladys Berejiklian.
Then Premier Gladys Berejiklian's office was scrutinised over its knowledge about the grants and what had happened to documents relating to them.
How did you dispose of those working advice notes?
It's likely that they would have been shredded.
Today, the New South Wales Auditor-General released a damning report that identified major problems with how this grant fund was deployed by the Premier and her government. The report found that the assessment and approval process for round 2 of the Stronger Communities Fund lacked integrity and that projects were not assessed against criteria described in the program guidelines. Instead, councils and projects were identified by the former Premier, her then Deputy John Barilaro, and the Minister for Local Government, resulting in 96% of grants being allocated to coalition seats.
Well, look, it's not an illegal practice. Unfortunately, it does happen from time to time by every government. I don't know any political party that at some stage hasn't made commitments to the electorate. I mean, that is what our process, rightly or wrongly, is part of.
Funding decisions were communicated by staff through emails to the Office of Local Government with little or no information about the basis for the council or project selection. The Office of Local Government then administered payment of these funds without questioning or recording the basis for selection. In today's report, the Auditor-General said, "We cannot rule out that the lack of information about accountabilities in the program guidelines, coupled with a lack of formal documented approval from the former Premier and Deputy Premier, was a purposeful attempt to avoid transparency and accountability, and that it is difficult to understand the merit of project funding decisions, and it is troubling that the Office of Local Government did not seek justification." The report also looked at a second grants program, the Regional Cultural Fund, administered by Create New South Wales. While the report found that the assessment process that Create New South Wales used was robust, the integrity of the approval process was compromised.
All political parties put forward what they think or what they believe are in the best interests of the community. But if the accusation is that the government favoured certain areas, well, that's an accusation we'll wear.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 730's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.